Grand Admiral Voss stood at the command bridge of the Imperial Vanguard flagship of the Galactic Empire's 7th expansion fleet. The massive vessel hung in space at the edge of the Sol system, its sleek hull gleaming under the distant light of the yellow star. Alongside it, 50 warships formed a formidable armada, ready to bring yet another primitive world into the Empire's fold. Primitive but interesting, Voss muttered, reviewing the data collected by their probes. These humans have only achieved basic interplanetary travel, yet they've developed nuclear weapons and have surprising technological advancement rates. Lieutenant Krell approached with a datapad. Admiral, we've intercepted a transmission from their leadership. They're demanding we leave. Voss's 4 eyes blinked in amused sequence. Demanding? Do they understand who we are? The Empire spans 17,000 star systems. We've conquered species with technology centuries beyond theirs. Their message was quite specific, sir, Krell said, his voice carrying a note of unease. Stay away from Earth. That's all they said. Voss laughed. No negotiations, no pleas for mercy. Just a warning? Just a warning, Krell confirmed. The Grand Admiral straightened his ceremonial cape. Prepare the landing force. I want boots on their northern continent within 6 hours. Standard protocol: overwhelm their largest military installations, capture their leaders, and establish dominance. They'll be productive citizens of the Empire by next cycle. General Miller stood in the Pentagon's Situation Room, surrounded by military and civilian leaders. The enormous alien fleet had appeared 3 days ago, ignoring all attempts at peaceful communication until they'd finally responded with a single message: surrender or be conquered. They've launched dropships, announced a young officer. Trajectory suggests they're heading for the eastern seaboard. Miller nodded gravely. Then we proceed as planned. Is the package ready? The Secretary of Defense handed him a small metallic case. It's ready, General. Are we sure about this? We're talking about technology we kept hidden for 70 years. We gave them one warning, Miller said, his voice hard. They chose not to listen. Voss watched with satisfaction as the first wave of dropships breached Earth's atmosphere. The conquest would be swift. It always was with planets at this development stage. The humans' primitive aircraft and missiles posed no threat to Imperial technology. Sir, Krell interrupted, our sensors are detecting unusual energy readings from the planet. They're nuclear weapons. Voss asked dismissively. No, sir, it's different. Something we've never encountered. The alarm klaxon cut him off. On the view screen, one of the dropships suddenly veered off course, then simply disappeared. What happened? Voss demanded. Before anyone could answer, another dropship vanished, then another, and another. We've lost contact with all landing craft, a technician reported, panic edging into his voice. They're just gone. Voss's communications officer turned from her station. Admiral, we're receiving a transmission from Earth. The screen flickered to show a gray-haired human in a uniform adorned with insignia. This is General James Miller of Earth, the human said calmly. I see you've encountered our gravity displacement technology. Your ships didn't disappear. They were compressed to the size of dust particles. We reverse-engineered this tech from a crashed scout ship in the 1950s, but kept it hidden. We've had 70 years to perfect it. Voss felt his skin pale. Impossible. No species at your development stage cold. We gave you one warning, Miller continued. We don't want war. We don't want to join your empire. We simply want to be left alone to develop at our own pace. The next demonstration won't target your dropships, but your main fleet. You have 1 hour to leave our system. The transmission ended. He's bluffing, Voss said, but uncertainty tinged his voice. Krell looked up from his scanner. Sir, I'm detecting those same energy readings, but they're stronger now, and pointed at us. Miller watched the main screen as the alien fleet hastily regrouped. Their formation was breaking down. Some ships were already turning away. They're running, said the Air Force Chief of Staff. Can't blame them, Miller replied. First time encountering a species that can actually fight back must be quite a shock. Do you think they'll return? Asked the president. Miller considered this. Not soon. And next time, they'll send diplomats instead of warships. 3 days later, the Imperial Council convened an emergency session. Voss stood before them, his career in ruins. "You retreated without engaging the enemy," demanded High Chancellor Thax. "Chancellor, with respect, this species is unlike any we've encountered. They possess technology that shouldn't be possible given their development stage. I believe they've had prior contact." Murmurs spread through the chamber. "What are you suggesting, Admiral?" asked Counselor Mira. "I believe the humans encountered one of our scout ships decades ago. Instead of announcing themselves to the galaxy, they kept quiet, reverse-engineered our technology, and prepared. They knew we would come eventually." The High Chancellor's expression darkened. "If what you say is true, these humans are dangerous. They're unpredictable." "No," Voss countered. "They're entirely predictable. They told us exactly what they wanted, to be left alone, and they demonstrated they have the means to enforce that request." "So what do you propose?" asked the Chancellor. "Something we've never done before," Voss said. "Respect their wishes. Declare the Sol system off limits. And perhaps, in time, approach them with diplomacy rather than domination." As the Council debated, Voss reflected on the human's simple message. Not a plea, not a negotiation, just a warning. For the first time in the Empire's 10,000-year history, they had found a species that didn't fear them. Perhaps, Voss thought, it was the Empire that should be afraid.